That's right. Yep. You know Eagles Web. Listen to the Eagle. I'm in here. Yep. There I am. Shout out to Derek Bailey, man. Shout out to Eagles Web Boxing, my chat members and stuff. All the people that mess with me. All the real people that I see. Y'all know what it is. Yep. Y'all know what it is. Derek Bailey says salute at Eagles Web Boxing. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have people that not want to come in because they don't want to talk about it seriously. I just have to listen to everybody else's um, spiel or whatever you want, however you might want to call it on Pacquiao. But it's just like Earl Spence suspected. And I'm not gonna get in deep about Earl Spence. Earl Spence didn't fight him, and a lot of people will get mad if you bring up the similarity or whatever with Earl Spence and Ugas. Good job for Ugas. It wasn't a great job. Wasn't not a great fight like people think it was a great fight, but it was not a great fight. Sorry. So you're gonna hear the real Eagles Web Boxing when you want the real, not some deal. And that's what you're gonna get. Because I'm not gonna color code it or nothing like that. I'm not gonna say it's a great fight. It wasn't a great fight. Ugas did what he had to do to win. All he was concentrating is no mess ups and just get the W. But we're gonna talk about it. You know, we're gonna talk about Manny. You know, how great is Manny? And Manny's still great. I mean, what happens to fighters is people love their fighters too much. And fighters feel like they can keep doing the same thing. And nobody in life can keep doing the same thing. Every man who's tried, every woman who's tried has failed. When it's physical, even if it's something where you just have to think about it, eventually you're gonna fail at doing it. I'm starting to fail at certain stuff. You just get older, you just start failing. I'm not terribly failing, but at the same time, I'm failing because I think I'm getting tired of the grind. I'm getting tired of the pain and stuff like that. You just get tired of it, like, man. And believe it or not, tiredness, like when you get tired of the physicality, you don't have to be old. You don't have to just be in your 30s. Once you get in your 30s, you get tired of the physicality of certain things. Like, damn, I could go in there, this shit gonna hurt again. You know what I'm saying? That just that repeated process, after a while, your mind starts telling you, why am I doing this? But you do stuff for family, you do stuff for friends, you do things for yourself, you do things for a legacy, you do things for religion, you do things for spirituality. There's a lot of things that you do in life. Some of those things you can do until your last breath. And then some things you just can't do until your last breath. And what happens is a lot of people, like the fans and stuff, they get too excited about fighters, you know, and you can't afford to just get nothing but excited about fighters. Okay, yeah, we love to see them, but I'm telling you, I just didn't say nothing, but I was already getting a little bit tired of seeing Manny. Controversial losses. I mean, no really spectacular wins. What was the last spectacular win? Was it Matisse or something? That was his last spectacular win. But where was Matisse? I think that's what it is. What was it there? Was it Matisse? And that wasn't even necessarily spectacular on Matisse's part. You know, it gets people. You put a name out there, and a lot of times people will overhype it. But believe me, fighters choose who they feel they can beat when they get a certain age. He didn't choose somebody he didn't feel like he would lose to. But that was actually it was a good challenge. But in the back of his mind, he had to be thinking, I can maybe beat this guy. He wasn't thinking like straight out, I'm killing this guy. Believe me, he was not thinking like that. He was thinking, you know, maybe I can get this guy. It wasn't 100%, man. He was not 100%. I can guarantee you on that. It was not 100%. And Going into the fight, there was a lot of hype. Everywhere I turned, it's like Manny is brutally knocking out sparring partners and all that. Man, that sound like some fight hype type of stuff that you have in a movie where the guy's just not as good, but you put information out about him that he's brutalizing everybody. He's fast. He's going 18 rounds and stuff like that. And I heard Manny, one of his excuses at the end of the fight. Manny usually doesn't have that many excuses. I mean, he will say, if he lost, he'll say he won. Like when he fought Floyd, his fans was right there with him saying that he won. His fans, or well, put it this way, fanboys, fangirls, was saying that he won the fight and stuff like that. And people that don't know shit about boxing, not me, of course. I don't know nothing about boxing, but the people that really don't know shit, the people that know less than me, like they don't know shit about boxing, was saying that he won. Matter of fact, I had football. Like I said, I told you I was in the sports bar with some professional football players, and they was talking shit. Me and them, I had bets up against them, but they reneged on their bet. I'm like, man, look, I wasn't even tripping though. I wasn't even tripping. It wasn't cash, so I wasn't tripping. Plus, I was with somebody, so sometimes you can't go. You can't just always go ballistic and stuff. I'm not a person that really holds a lot in that has to come out. The things that I hold in, they're gonna stay in. They're gonna stay like in. And sometimes I'll actually have people that will ask me, to keep, something secret to them, secret. And I don't really keep secrets, but the thing with me is I know what type of things I should be talking about and what type of things I shouldn't be talking about. That's not a secret. I just know what I should talk about and what I shouldn't talk about. You know what I mean? And no matter what you do or say, I'm not going to say anything. Even if you probably turn against me, I probably still won't say anything if it's something that I shouldn't, talk about. Like some people get in your fall, you probably gonna tell somebody, you probably gonna say something, you probably gonna do this, you probably. Just forget it, man. You just gotta check them and let them know, hey, that's not going down. Because for me, it's not a secret. Okay, Derek Bates, I didn't see the fight. Well, just go back and look at it, man. They both of them was fighting stiff and slow, and I don't know. They're talking about Manny's speed. Manny looked like he had zero speed, man. I'm keeping it honest. I told you I was gonna keep it honest on this one. Manny looked like he had zero speed. Like zero speed. He looked like he had nothing. I mean, he was throwing shit, but none of his shit was reaching. He was doing it like a kid, He was throwing the shit, but when you look at it, Ugas was slipping underneath shit and just putting the chin back good and Believe me, Ugas was good defensively. He might have got hit a couple times. He said Manny hit hard, but he's like, even that hardness, whatever Manny had, it wasn't hard enough. You might be knocking out sparring partners, but you're not knocking out Ugas. And said, oh, you weren't prepared. Man, you prepared for any style. It's like Errol Spence said. You prepare for any style. That's what you prepare for, any style. It don't matter who you was fighting. Oh, I was prepared for this guy, but this other guy's fighting. Oh, okay. Colbert just went through that and he got his W, right? But the guy just wasn't, he wasn't really in shape, I don't think. He went 12 with him. But he was tough tug. You see? But the strap holder held their strap. Manny was not, you were not the strap holder coming in. And you knew Ugas was going to be more motivated no matter what. He was going to be more motivated because it's like, he got your belt and they talking about giving your belt back. But now he whooped your ass and now there ain't no belt given back. And I expected this anyway, Derek Brady, because I talk about stuff late. I didn't get a chance to come over the weekend because I was out working out there. The grind was real. I tried to even put up a video. I couldn't even put the video up, but it was good, man. Too many girls coming through. I appreciate you girls coming through. But y'all was holding my attention, man. They like to talk, man. They was holding my attention on this one. But I didn't do. I did great as I was gonna do, I suppose. But for me, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do even better because I live closer to the location, so I wanted to do better. And people were saying how they seen me and stuff. They see me all the time. I'm like, well, what, will you see me? Well, solicitate me, patronize me. Yeah. But a lot of things moved that I wasn't expecting to move. I'm like, man, that's a lot of work. So I'm looking at the work aspect of it. I got to put in a lot of work in order to make the things that I lost. I'm like, oh man, there's a lot of work I got to put in. But that's all winter work. So winter comes up what? November, December, something like that. Okay, because fall is like the end of September, so October, November, December. So okay, so around December. So I still got a couple of months, maybe October when I got to start getting busy on making heavier stuff, things of that nature. Derek Brake said I woke up the next day and was surprised I was going with Ugas, but didn't think he would get the decision. I wasn't expecting the decision. I was expecting a Manny knockout. Nobody wants to. See, the thing is, Derek Bailey, nobody wants to come in and eat that crow because they know their crow page is coming up. But I said Manny has to knock him out. I said if not, I don't want to hear nothing. And you know I can't choose anybody, but I suspected that Ugas wasn't gonna just go in there and get beat up. I know Ugas wasn't gonna go get beat up. I knew it. And see, if you listen to my earlier points, what I was saying is that I kept hearing all this stuff, Derek. We kept hearing all this stuff about Manny knocking everybody out and all this. People, everybody was just on Manny's side. All the sparring partners, all the people that sparred with, even people that sparred. Okay, not Ugas. Ugas wasn't really mentioned, but all the people that sparred Earl and they sparred Pacquiao. Everybody was leaning towards Pacquiao. Everybody was saying don't count Pacquiao out on these fights and all this. And matter of fact, they made it to where Pacquiao was like, a big favorite in the fans' view. See. And anytime somebody starts selling and overhyping something, there's a problem with it. Just like with the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they start overhyping Fury a lot on this last one, and I'm like, I got to see this one. And I don't really think the fight it may happen, but for me it's like 50-50, if there's a chance. Because I know everybody like to use numbers, like to use percentages and stuff. Everybody get on that percentage thing. Oh yeah, the percentage, this percentage and that. But I just know something. Tyson Fury is showing that he has some kind of problem. He's showing, hey, I'm not mentally stable. I was on some bullshit. I'm just saying this. I don't. It's two statements. And I don't like to talk about the Crack King. It's two statements he could be either making. Either I just don't care. The shit that the win was a fluke. I was on some hyped up bullshit and they didn't catch me, and I had, I was cheating a little bit. I forgot who reported, but somebody had reported that one ref said that Tyson Fury is the biggest cheater that he's ever seen in boxing. And I don't quote me on that. I mean, you can quote me, but hey, don't ask me to get the information. Who said that? Well, I don't know where it was. It came up. I usually have the books. I usually have all the information. But right now, it's just slipping my mind. I'll figure out where it is. And shit, you probably can Google it. I'll figure out where the information is. And I always have a good chat. My chat, the people that come to my chat, they know shit that I don't know. They remember stuff, or they remember the source. See? So that's the one side. Or was that two sides? It's still the same thing. Or either I don't need to get in that big of a shape for you because I plan on knocking you out in 1 or 2 rounds. I don't really need to get in shape because I am knocking you out. So I'm only training for 6 rounds because I know it's not going past 6. When somebody trains like that and then whoop your ass, then it's truthful. But when somebody's trained like that and get knocked out, then it wasn't truthful. So we got to find out what's really truthful for him. Is he just getting big and fat because he just don't care, or is he getting big and fat because he know that he was on some bullshit the first time? And I'm thinking that maybe he was on some bullshit the first time. All right, salute to Yasser Hussein. I got to talk bad about him sooner or later. Yep, Derek Beatty. See, I got confirmation in my chat that Derek Beatty said yes. He said, I can't remember the ref either. Because we're not, I mean, a lot of refs, with me, refs, this is how I remember refs. I remember refs from their action in the ring. So somebody like Meeks, right? Tony Weeks. So you'll remember him just for his look. It's certain, like way back, Arthur McCanty, he was always in there, like for the real old school fights. And then the judge out of Vegas, Mills Lane, he was always in there. You see what I mean? But they gave us a story behind the ref. And so that's why we remember the ref. Or sometimes there'll be a celebrity ref or something, like Joe Louis actually ref a fight. The Sonny Liston Ali 2 fight. I think Sonny Liston Joe Louis ref that fight. You see? And so some of the refs we remember. And a lot of them we remember because of their passion. Like they'll look at you, like you see their eyes getting big, like, oh, you getting your ass whooped. I need to stop this. But then some fights, some refs we just don't remember. So we'll remember all the refs. But on that one, I'm sorry that we didn't. Neither one of us remembered it, because that's a big deal, if you think about it, because that was outside information that the ref was given. He probably just wasn't. You see what I mean? It is what it is on that in that situation. Keep it. It'd be like keep that information on the low. Yeah, but y'all, sir, what you think about the fight? What you seeing, man? Who was you going for? First of all, you get your ass in here all late. Derek said he was going with Ugas. That he had picked Ugas. You know, by I think he majority or something like that. But it was unanimous. He ain't fooled none of the Manny couldn't fool the refs this time. You know, he was going up. I think people seen his footwork. I think what they seen is because of Ugas's length and the way he was, you know, the way he had his hands. When Manny was throwing those flurries and stuff, Manny was getting up on his toes too much. And you could tell by Manny's legs that he's a fighter that's on his toes a lot. Because he has those heels, calves and stuff. You know he's on his toes a lot. You don't get those calves without being on your toes. You know, you got to work the shit out them calves. And so he was always on his toes. But the flurries and combinations, man, they wasn't solid. They didn't look as hard. They didn't look. I think Ugas landed the hardest punches in the fight, to be honest. I mean, the hardest, like when they said power shots, I think Ugas landed the most power shots in that fight, the heaviest shots. They said he landed more. Pacquiao threw more, like always, but not as much as he usually throws. But then Manny comes out after the fight and says that he don't want to make up no excuses, but his legs was cramped during the fight. So you came into the fight, your legs was already cramped. Nobody addressed that before you went in there? You didn't take no quinine or nothing like that? You could take quinine. That's not a drug. Right before the fight, you could have took quinine and some water, a little bit of water. That wasn't going to bother you. You wasn't going to throw that up during the fight. You can drink a little bit of water before the fight. You don't drink a whole gallon of water before the fight, but you can drink a little bit of water. You can drink a glass of water, but you can't have a glass of water. And so into it, so what happens with Manny, you know, what did he have a great career? He got great wins over, you know, great fighters. Or some of the fighters was on the D grade or the down. They was on the down slope that he fought. Cotto was on the down slope, right? Hatton didn't belong there. And we're looking at champs that he beat. De La Hoya was on the down slope. Was it Margarita was just a cheater. So, a lot of fighters, but If you really look at his career, and I'm not gonna crap on his career, not like that, but his biggest wins uh, was when fighters had something taken out of them. You know, just think about it. How many three-peats did he have? Then he fought Marquez. He just couldn't. He just couldn't really mess with Marquez. Marquez was getting kind of. I think he was getting tired of Pacquiao. He was getting tired because it's just like fights is too close, bad decisions for him, and then he just made sure he by putting Pacquiao out. But if you look at the competition, the ones that could still fight, and like I said, a lot of people ain't gonna look at it like this. The fighters that was fresh and was really skilled are rough and rugged. He just had problems with, and he never really fought anybody that's like really loud, like long and rangy. That was a great, great fighter. Maybe they just didn't exist. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who existed. And a lot of people was just the legendary power. People were so scared of it. But what is his knockout ratio? I'm just trying to sum him up a little bit. What was his knockout ratio? He did knock out Tim Bradley, and Tim Bradley wasn't there scared. Tim Bradley edged him out and then lost. But Tim Bradley was scared. He was scared of the power, but it didn't do nothing to him. All the swarming and throwing all the punches with Mayweather, it didn't work then either. It's just certain people it don't work with. But what happens with these fighters is salute D-Ray. What happens with these fighters is that these fighters come in and they get a certain age, and then they just want to keep fighting, and everybody's looking at them like, oh yeah, they still moving good. Oh no, he aged different because they throw stupid shit out there like that with all Filipinos age different or nothing like that. Internally, how do you age? If we're going to talk about age, no, your body grows and grows and grows. Now, I can see somebody at a certain age that is still fit and can still do that. Granted, their internals have to be good. Like, for instance, you have to be like the best water you can drink. Nice high alkaline water, high alkaline foods. You don't have no toxicities in your body. Liver's fresh, heart, everything. That's hard to do. Especially even in Asia, that's hard to do because you're in these areas where it's so polluted. But what happens with friends is, see, friends and fans or fanboys, fangirls will keep you in a situation just because you want to please them. And you would say that, oh, I still love boxing or something like that. Boxing didn't leave a bad taste in your mouth yet. So I'm just going to stick in there. And a lot of times what happens, we just overstay our welcome. It's not, and see, a lot of people would think, oh, that's a criticism towards Manny. It's not a criticism towards Manny. It's just a thing that all fighters say they're not going to do, and they all end up doing it. Mayweather didn't do it, but he's still coming back fighting these exhibitions. Now, what if he goes in there and he really did age, and where he can't slip, and it's an exhibition, and he starts getting beat up? It can happen. I don't care how sharp you look in the gym and in the street, it can happen. Something in his mind might say, oh, I can't do this. And once he said he can't do it, it's over with. And I see my rule maker, the rule writer is in here, man. Let me shout out to Sir Flame up in here, man. The rule writer is in here. He said, salute to Eagles way up. And salute to the chat. He said, and always, he said, you jab that like button. He said, oh, y'all next. He said, you don't want to get next. He said, or just don't get next. It Eagles way of boxing. And he got the fire up good, got the 100 up good. He got those things up with the glove. And if you need problems, you come on in and see Sir Flame. Because Sir Flame is a Manny Pacquiao fan. He's not a fanboy. He's a Manny Pacquiao fan. And I might show him the crow page today because he got to eat a little bit of crow. Because I know he's 100% behind Manny. I don't know. Some of you might have been with Manny, but you don't want to say, y'all sir don't want to say nothing. Yeah. Look at y'all sir. Y'all sir said you was being missed here today. He said, and it wasn't because your boy lost. Well, actually, yeah, it was because you, if that, yeah, yeah. I'm like, how, Sir Flame ain't he seen the title, but he wasn't the first one in here. D to the Bailey was up in here. D to the Bailey missed the fight, but like I said, it was just a lot. It just what the energy wasn't as high as what people. A lot of people are reporting that the energy was, oh, man, look good and all. Neither one of them look good. You guys look like I want to get this W. Manny looked like I can't get the W. That's just the two ways you gotta look at it. I can't. I can't deal with Ugas. He was getting smashed with right hands. Right around the guard, he was getting smashed. Not straight. Every once in a while straight, but right around the guard, he was getting smashed. Every once in a while he blocked. But he's getting bombed behind the ear. A lot. Way too many times. Oh, here we go. Y'all sir gonna try to tell the truth. He said, not gonna lie, I was leaning towards Manny because I thought Ugas was looking weight drained and his bicep looked effed up. Yeah, but that's what I told everybody. I said if his bicep is not messed up, and here's two things about biceps and muscles and stuff like that you might not know. Now you can damage a muscle. You can tear a muscle or whatever, or a muscle might tear from you training a little bit. And see if he has that look, what all that means is that muscle was getting bigger. It was just in that deformation stage, because you go through a deformation, like when I used to do powerlifting. You just look funny. You're like, oh, I look kind of odd right now. You look odd because the muscles break down. But they have to break and snap, and fibers have to break and all that because you're lifting so much weight or you're training so hard. And then what happens is it gets strong. You get more fiber, more and more fiber, you know, so they say that the muscles actually have like a scarring on them or whatever. And that's what brings it out. I don't know if it's true that they have a scarring. I know, but you get more and more and more. And I'm not powerlifting. I gotta get back into training and stuff though. A little bit even more heavier, but just working. Like I said, my event, man. Y'all would have had fun at this little event, man. It's kind of short. I don't know, is that short? 9:30 to like 6. That's pretty good time to get people off the street. Get your ass home. You know, you're already drunk at 5 or 6. That's kind of early. Yeah, but what happens is everybody was concentrating on their bicep. And I said if his bicep is messed up, yeah, he probably going to lose. But if it's not, because I'm thinking that I had that thought in my mind too. I said it might be he's stronger, but they're looking at his bicep. He might not be messed up. He might be more capable. But man, he just couldn't get them shots off like he wanted to. He was throwing his little flurries, but wasn't nothing. He couldn't, like for instance, he throw a 3-piece, 5-piece or something like that, but he couldn't throw more than that because he's getting all mixed up with Ugas because of the orthodox stance. You know, tripping over each other's feet and stuff like that. And one thing, Manny was showing too much respect. You never see Manny really showing respect like that. The ref let him touch gloves, and Manny keep touching gloves. Manny's touching gloves for the last 4 or 5 rounds. Double touching gloves, like touching the gloves over and over again, like almost like Victor Ortiz did with Floyd Mayweather. And to be honest, after 1 round of that or 2 rounds of that, Ugas is a gentleman, because Ugas could have said, you know what, Ugas, while he was trying to touch gloves more than once, Ugas could have, left and righted his ass. Everybody would have been mad at Ugas, but Ugas could have done it. Ugas could have said, I'm going to throw, man, I'm not going to keep touching gloves with you. Yeah. Sir Flame said, yeah, I got a crow plate. I knew that was going to be a hard one. I said Earl would have been easier. I don't know what the way that Manny was fighting, the energy that Manny had and his excuses after the fight about being cramped up. I don't know. And I didn't really get deep into it, but I am going to get a little bit deep. I might as well. I'm going to tell you something. If somebody's legs are cramping up and they getting stiff, and you've seen it worse than Manny, you've seen people's legs actually get stiff. I didn't see his legs being as stiff as he would put it out to be. But you have actually seen fighters with stiff legs. Right? And if you got stiff legs, I'm knocking your ass out. Because guess what you do with a person with stiff legs is you step into them. All you got to do. You can come to them without a jab. You can step into them. Their legs are stiff. There's the power that comes from the legs. You smother the shit out of them. Throw the hardest shots you can. make their legs stiffen up and they stumble back. You see what I mean? You make them square up. Manny did that to Keith. That's how Manny got Keith down. It's Keith's legs squared up just for that split second. They should have told Ugas to, try to fight Manny to where he can't be dominant on his jab side or he can't be dominant on his counter side. Just make him, in other words, make him square up his feet. Make him square up his feet, and once he squares up his feet, knock his ass down. And that would have made Manny fight even harder. He would have been in more trouble because his legs would have been even more hurt. If that was the case. But even then, I don't think, styles make fights, but I don't think Earl would have been an easy fight for Manny. I don't think Earl would have. I think Manny would have been in a lot of trouble with Earl. Not because of what Ugas did, because of what Manny did. So you guys don't look at the wrong side. Everybody's looking at the wrong side. Oh, Ugas won. Yeah, Ugas was going to win regardless. If Manny would have turned it up, Ugas would have turned it up. But he was doing enough to get that W. He said he knew he was up. Even his corner said, you can do what you want to. You imagine? That's a harder saying than the one that I like that I always bring up with you guys, keep doing what you're doing. That's better than what Roger said. Roger said, keep doing what you're doing. But if you have a coach tell you, oh, you can do what you want to, God dang, you winning. A coach ain't going to lie to you like that. No matter what you saw on the screen, the coach is saying you can do what you want to. Anytime you can do what you want to, you whooping somebody's ass. Maybe not looked at as convincing as what we actually saw or what you think you saw. But if you can do what you want to, that means you're winning. Just do whatever. You're good. I don't really got to give you no instructions. You're going to do what you're doing anyway. You're going to counter them. You're going to keep popping him with the right hand. Yep. Y'all, sir, so I'm ready for serving of my boy at Sir Flame. Yeah. D-Ray say, why Manny Pacquiao get cheated? I'm going to time y'all ass out in a minute. D-Ray coming in with that bullshit. Manny did not get cheated. Yeah, I know what you meant, y'all, sir. He said, sir. He said, sir. Sir Flame is laughing at y'all. So, yeah. I'll put it up for y'all. Of course, I don't know why that was up. That's the wrong one. But hey, let me put y'all's menu up. Y'all going to get something out the menu. And I know, see, D-Ray over there bullshitting. But D-Ray probably he was going with Manny. Yep. He trying to play. There you go. I'll put the please sign up at least. You guys get the please sign. Can I have my crow, please? There you go. And Sir Flame, I think he takes the crow before, so I don't know about y'all, sir, but I know Sir Flame has tasted crow before, so he gets a menu item. If you never tasted crow and you come to Eagles Way of Boxing, you got two choices of crow. You can get the live crow up top and you prepare him the way you want to, or you can get his cousin right below him. That's all you can get. If the first time you get crow, and then after that, you get a menu item. Yeah, you get the menu item, brother. Yeah. Derek Bay said, does Porter want to run it back with Ugas now? He probably does. But Ugas gonna beat him. Ugas already knows Sean. He's seen everything that Sean can do against him. Listen to what I'm saying, against him. He doesn't see everything that Porter could do. But but he sees what he can do against him, not against other fighters. He's not concerned with that, so he can beat him. Yeah. Who should Ugas fight next, Bud or EJ? No, he got to fight EJ because that was EJ's fight in the first place. The Manny Pacquiao fight was EJ's fight, and plus, I believe Bud had a lot of chances to fight Ugas. He was not interested in fighting nobody. He just want Earl or he just want Manny. He's on that old prima donna shit. And we're going to see, because the thing is, Bud is in his 30s too. So, a lot of times you sitting out on your 30s, you don't just come back in firing like you want to fire. And for me, Bud is not a fighter right now. Earl is not a fighter right now. Sean Porter is not a fighter until I see contracts. I mean, probably until the actual fight. I'm not even. Oh, there's no fighters that's active. And yes, they're fighting today. There's no fighters. So we got to change the look of how we look at boxing. So we can't look at boxing like there's any fighters available. There's no fighters available. And listen what I'm saying first. There's no fighters available until they are actually fighting. The day of the fight, that's when the fighters are available to fight. Then we can make all of us assessments. I know we're going to make assessments before that. Okay. But in reality, you can only make the assessment if the fight is going to happen. If the fight is not happening, you can't make the assessment. Okay, I know y'all got your y'all got your items off the crow list. I'm not gonna bite into y'all that much. I'm just gonna cook on Manny a little bit. I'm not gonna bite into y'all. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I could roast Sir Flame. I like Sir Flame a lot, man. Even though he want to beat Ego up, I like Sir Flame. I said, man, they throw us in there for that million. No, Sir Flame cool though. I think me and Derek Bailey we have a problem. That's my brother too though. But me and Derek Bailey and D-Ray, we all three have a problem. If me and them, if we had to get in the ring, we all have problems. If we was trying to split that million, if they was giving us a million, y'all get in there for exhibition 4 rounds, man. New media boxing host versus chat bosses. Yeah. He'll be in there trying to show off for his girl, like, yeah, I'm sticking Eagle. He try to make it a hard battle instead of just, letting the punches go, like, letting them land, but just not, slipping a little bit, but just letting them land it, but not trying to kill each other to where we can't enjoy the million. We got to spend at least 50,000 or more on doctor bills or whatever like that. Yeah, D-Ray and Derek though. Yeah, me and Sir Flame, we got to understand it. We're like, hell yeah, we're going to the bank together on that, because the government gonna take some of it too though. Hey, you never know, that might be the next thing to come up, man. If it hasn't already come up, but maybe we're going to make it to where it's organized. Because YouTubers are fighting. How come chat bosses and hosts can't fight? I'm just saying, man. Set that shit up, Derek, baby. Yeah, but that's who I think. I think EJ still deserves it. Sir Flame said Ugas is a boxer. Manny usually has problems with boxing. Yeah, he has problems. We talked about that earlier. Yeah, he has problems with. But Ugas is not an elite fighter, though. He's not an elite fighter. Manny, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Manny, he can beat a lot of fighters, but if they can take his style coming at him, and they're like really elite fighters, which is really hardly any. Great fighters, he's not going to beat them. He's just not. If they got the range, because he's a short fighter. He's not really. And you got to throw a lot of punches when you're short like that. He's kind of he actually reminds me of Aaron Pryor sometimes when he starts throwing a lot of punches. He reminds me of Aaron Pryor, but Aaron Pryor was a different animal. Aaron Pryor, you could knock his ass down, he'd get right back up. He wouldn't even take an 8 count. He'd be like, oh no, hell no. He said, I must have slipped up and got knocked down. He'll come up and he'll just overwhelm you and end up knocking your ass out. And I'm not saying maybe not the style of punches, but just just that overwhelming type of feel that he puts out there. D-Ray said, I agree with Yasser Hussein. Yeah. But Ugas can wait a year in between the fight too, though. But then again, I don't know if Earl's really going to be out that long, man. I don't know how long it is. I don't have the prognosis. I never got anything from Earl. I follow Earl. Earl didn't say nothing. Maybe I didn't check. Maybe I missed his whatever he was saying. I try to go there and just try to find out what he says personally, because I don't know if if Earl's out. Because Earl's out, he's just out. But like I said, in perspective, in that perspective that I gave you, there is no fighters, and yes, they gonna fight. Because we don't know up until 2 weeks. 2 weeks before the fight, when did Tyson Fury pull out the fight? What time was when all of a sudden he was sick? Oh, I'm sick now. A lot of these fighters, oh, my hand, oh, this, my leg, whatever. And then we don't get the fight. So I'm not looking at any fighters as being fighters and yes, they fight. I'm just, you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at scheduled fights. And when I say scheduled fights, that doesn't mean they're going to fight. We can discuss what's going to happen if they fight, but all we can talk about really is scheduled fights. We're going to probably talk about more than that, but we can only talk about scheduled fights because they're scheduled to fight, but some bullshit might happen. Yep. Okay, Sir Flame said, no, I'm not saying Easy neither was Easy, just Earl style is more of what Pacquiao likes. Oh, yeah, just brawling it out. Yeah, but he would have had to stay in that pocket for like for a long time, brother. That's what I'm saying. I think Earl would have ate his ass up because the legs, if his legs was really cramping, if that's the truth, and I gotta take it for his word that it's the truth, you can't fight inside like that. It would have been a worse fight. Because if you're really in the pocket, if you're digging, you're squaring up. And when you're squaring up, that means one foot is not in front of the other. You both just squared up. And if your legs are locking up, you got a better chance of getting your ass knocked down. Even if you're not knocked out, you got a better chance of getting knocked down. That's all I'm saying, brother. Yeah. Okay. Sir Flame said no. Okay. Then he's back and said, I had a lot of money on Pac and Spence, but didn't bet at all on Ugas Pac. There you go, brother. You saved yourself some money on that one. You would have lost your knot. That knot you had in your pocket would have disappeared. Sir Flame cried. D-Ray said, don't time me out, Eagle. He said, let Sir get neck in Eagle's way of boxing. He crying. Why Sir Flame got to get neck? Sir Flame ain't did nothing to me. I'm not getting. Sir Flame, he was my most jump person that I had up in here. Yeah, you know what I mean? He was the most timed out person, not by me, but Streamlabs used to jump on Sir Flame, and that stayed in my mind. I don't jump on Sir Flame. I can get Sir Flame, but Sir Flame said he just went ahead and he eat his crow, but he dedicated to Eagles Way of Boxing. He always come in the Eagles Way of Boxing. It's hard for me to crow-tize you guys that come in here. Now, you, on the other hand, if your ass come in here and you say something, I'll crow-tize your ass at D-Ray. Yeah. I'll throw all kinds of crow at you. Matter of fact, I'll grab crow. I'll put crow up on the screen for you, up on my camera for your ass. Because you sometime me up in here. We don't see you. We see you when we see you. He tried to, hey, what you got? Hey, say something to him, Sir Flame. Say something to D-Ray. D-Ray trying to get you neck up in Eagles Way of Boxing. And you came in and explained the rules to everybody. But he trying to get you neck. He said, go ahead and get Sir Flame, get neck up in Eagles Way of Boxing. Sir Flame be trying to get neck up in Eagles Way of Boxing. Yeah. Oh, Sam. Good thing for Sam Peter, huh? He gave us a saying up here in Eagles Way of Boxing. Oh, Sam Peter. Who neck? Who neck? I got to chop off necks. Sir Flame said, I got that salted crow with a large Kool-Aid. Yeah. You damn right, Sir Flame. You let him know we getting that cash. Hell yeah, me and Sir Flame. I got my arm over Sir Flame's shoulder and shit. And we going down the road like, what's up now, y'all? We like this. We like bank time. We ain't got a mark on us. We all playing it off at the end of the interview. Oh yeah, it's a hard fight. Yeah, I'm changing my voice. I'm giving the audience the hard fight voice and shit. Yeah, sir. Sir Flame hit me with a couple of good shots, body shots and stuff, and yeah, shout out to him. That's one of my bosses up in the Eagles Way of Boxing. It was a good fight, good entertaining fight. Good thing it was exhibition. No winner, no loser, nothing like that. But yeah, I would do it again, definitely for the money. Sir Flame, shout out to Sir Flame. He's good exhibition, good fight. Chat boss and stuff like that, and be out. I did my voice, and then once me and Sir Flame on the street, I'm like, yeah, Sir Flame, we got paid on their ass, huh? And we on our way. Me and Sir Flame on our way to the bank, man. So you can best believe that, man. But Derek Bailey, I don't know. Derek Bailey, he might pull one of those kind of things. Him and D-Ray. I know D-Ray don't like me that much. He'll probably try to Try to put them things on me like, oh, kind of heavy. I'm like, okay, he too serious about this, huh? We both coming out like this. D-Ray said, I want that old crow since I bet on the old man. We got the skeleton out there, yeah. The old crow, yeah. The old crow's laying straight out on that plate, man. That's salted. Sir Flame, he knows the plate. He knows the menus on there. He went ahead and took it anyway. He said he take the salted crow. You take the salted crow. You got all the feathers and everything else. But he said a big glass of Kool-Aid. I don't know if I could do it with a large glass of Kool-Aid. I don't know. You might have to give me that whole pitcher. I need lemons in there. I need limes and oranges in there. And plus I need that whole pitcher. And I need a lot of ice. I need that shit to be cold. I need that shit to be flavorful. And I need that shit to be sweet to wash down all that crow. Especially them feathers be dragging they drag your esophagus down into your stomach. Hey, your neck looking all... Yeah, but we all got to take the crow every once in a while, man. Yeah, D-Ray said Uga's 35 now. Yeah, he the old man. Yeah, he one the old man. I think he's probably one of the oldest in the welterweight right now. But then we got to realize that Trout is in the welterweights now. Nobody's mentioning Trout. Everybody's sleeping on Trout. I wouldn't mind seeing Keith fight Trout. There's a lot of top fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Porter fighting Trout. What y'all think? Porter versus Trout or Keith versus Trout? Y'all give me the outcome. What y'all think? Really? Think about it. Yeah. D-Ray said I was saying sir. Oh, sir the king. Yeah, the crown. Yeah, sir. You gonna say sir is the king. Yeah, sir. Sir ain't playing with you. D-Ray said my crow got wings. Got ring rust. Yeah, man, he came in there with ring rust too. Oh, you said wing rust. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good. See, now I got to keep that in Eagles Web now. Since we don't see you, I'm going to steal that shit. Y'all remember that shit, okay? Y'all remember what D-Ray said right now. Because we stealing that shit that D-Ray said. We keeping that. The wing rust. We keeping that. On Crow, we keeping that. So the saying is, I'm going to give y'all a good one. So this is a good one. I hope my Crow don't have wing rust like my fighter did. Because my fighter sure had ring rust. That's a new saying. So D-Ray, shout out to D-Ray. D-Ray just gave us a new one that I stole from him. F him. You don't bring that shit in Eagles Web if you don't want it stolen. Sir Flame got them things up good. Sir Flame said it's on. Yeah. Sir Flame with that neck. Manny Pacquiao lost his legs running with the mob. I don't know where he lost his legs from. He's just getting older, bro. Sometimes you just lose your legs, man. Shit. It just happens. You feel good. Oh, yeah, sparring going good. That whole ring, that's a whole lot. See, the difference, it's not just the physical difference when it comes to gloves and no headgear, because sometimes you spar with no headgear, but it's the whole build-up. You're still sparring. You last press conference and all that. You're not working out no more. You're not eating as well, because you got to stay on weight. You make sure your weight was on a couple of days before. You got to stay on weight. But the thing is, you got to wait for other fighters to fight. You're in the dressing room. You getting up, hitting the bag. You're hitting the bag sometimes. Sometimes you're hitting the pads, or you're working with your trainer. Boom, 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 boom. Keeping warm, keeping loose. Now, you do that so long. You don't do that when you're sparring. You get your ass in there and spar. So, if these fighters want to get ready for that, maybe they need to incorporate that same type of thing when it comes to, like, you're going to fight. Like weeks before, you do like a boxing rehearsal. Like you get the gloves put on. Maybe not wear what you're going to wear that night. But you have somebody come in, it's like, you do a mock fight. Just to see where you really are. If the legs and stuff are still good, you're going to be good. As long as the other fighter knows a mock fight. And I'll say you go like maybe 70% on each other. But as far as your movement, you use full movement. And that's part of sparring, you know what I mean? That's just an Eagles idea, man. I know I'm way ahead of everything. But we stay ahead of things in here. That's just because that's what we do. Let me go out here and check and see, Derek Bailey, because you didn't say nothing. Let me see if my trolls came in here today. My two invisible trolls. Sometimes they bring their ass up in here. But anybody that join, you guys that come in and out, you guys are still welcome to join the chat. Sir Flame is okay now. He just had his salted crow and he had a large glass of Kool-Aid. So he's okay. I don't know. He put those things up though. I don't know. He's okay with me, but I don't know. He put those things up in the chat, y'all. So I can't be 100% 100, but he put those things up in the chat. So chances are he may be wanting to put those things out there. Yeah, but Manny, what happened is Manny just grew until, his age is catching up with him. So little ailments and stuff is catching up with him. I'm not saying he can't fight no more. He probably should retire, but just training and fighting and doing all that, yeah, you can stay in shape. And you could still beat a lot of fighters. You're probably not going to beat too many of them, though. You could beat some, but I would say that you have to work on not just conditioning. You have to condition internally. He needs somebody in his camp that can work on him internally. They got to check, they got to check his blood work. You got to check his liquid. You know what I mean? Check his electrolytes. I don't know if they have a test that's that extensive where they can test your sweat. I'm not sure. But they need to test like his electrolytes and stuff like that. Make sure that, everything's good. Potassium's good. And I would say his potassium probably went down. But one way to balance is magnesium. You can balance out when you use magnesium. Then that's how you can actually balance out your electrolytes. Yeah, but you got to have that. You got to have those are the three most important ones: is the sodium, the magnesium, and the potassium. And then we go on the smaller ones because there's more. When you get to the ones when you go down to micro. Because these things you need like milligrams. You have to have milligrams. When you go lower than that, it's not really as vital. When you go down to the rest of your elements that you have to have, they go into micro. And so micro is like 10 times, basically like 10 times less. And I think what falls into micrograms, I think stuff like selenium, I think that falls into micrograms. And they have some other ones that falls into I'm not trying to do science, but I'm just saying that's what I'm believing. That's what it is. I used to have a printout. That'd be a good thing to check into. Maybe we'll check into that one day. Maybe we'll even cover a chart. Maybe we'll cover a chart together and we'll check it out to see what the normal, parameters are for electrolytes in a normal person, in, say, like for instance, super athlete. And that might have had something to do with the cramping. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at it in different ways. But I would say because of all the built up hype, that was kind of scaring me. All the built up hype. Oh, Manny's knocking everybody out in this. I mean, a lot of hype is bullshit, when they put all this stuff out. But some, you can probably pay attention to. Great champion, though. A lot of memorable moments from Manny Pacquiao. And to be honest, I think Manny Pacquiao, to me, he beat some fighters that I needed to see get beat. I needed to see, and this is probably not a good thing, but somebody's going to get mad. I needed to see Tim Bradley get beat, and Manny Pacquiao beat him. I didn't need to see Cotto get beat. I needed to see Oscar De La Hoya get beat. Sorry. Even though he's been beat before, I needed to see him get beat. I didn't need to see Hatton get beat, because Hatton was already beatable. Mayweather showed that he was already easy work, so who else? I didn't really need to see Matisse get beat. I needed to see Margarito get beat. We needed that. If you're talking about this side versus that side, when it comes to Marquez, a lot of people, uh, we needed to see good fights with them, but at the same time, we needed to see Marquez win. Sorry, not me personally, but we needed to see Marquez win because of all of the his fan base, how big his fan base is here. So and so we got another native winner right there. Ugas, that's another native brother. Everybody be talking about natives. That's a native. Native. He's native. Got that W. D Ray in here with some other crap. Let me see. Who should Ugas fight to get neck? Well, it's probably um I don't know if Thurman or I'm trying to think. I don't know if Thurman or Danny deserve it. Maybe fight Boots. Just throw a wrench in the whole thing. So maybe Ugas comes back and fights Boots. Just throw a monkey wrench in the whole shit. Just throw a monkey wrench out there. I'm tired of looking at shit that because we want to match up shit. Show of ones. A show of ones in the chat. If you have gotten this year, if you have gotten 5 matchups, that's not high, because how many weight divisions they got? 5 championship matchups this year that you wanted, that you wanted to see. 5 championship matchups this year that you wanted to see. A lot of people didn't care about this fight, but put up a 1. I know we wanted Tank for sure, right? We wanted to see the Tank fight. That's 1 for me. As I wanted to see the Tank fight. I'm trying to think which ones I wanted. I'm kind of, you know what? I'm not right. I'm not rap right sometimes when it comes to Lomachenko, though. I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all want to see that fight, but I really didn't care about that fight. I wanted Loma to get his ass whooped. I'm sorry. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what happened. So within a year, put up a 1. Ugas either Spence or Bud. Yeah, he should fight. I think he should fight Spence. I wouldn't fight Bud. Not for any kind of fear or any bullshit. If I was Ugas, I wouldn't fight Bud right away. I make Bud's ass wait. I know everybody getting mad because Bud has to wait all the time. You know why I would make Bud? Now, and I'm gonna put a hanger on this too, though. If the bullshit that Bud said is true, or if the report that Bud said, because I didn't see the interview, maybe Derek Bailey or somebody has it. If it's true that he said he didn't want to fight Ugas, if that's true, because Ugas beat your ass before in the amateurs, he did whoop your ass. So, but if you said you didn't want, if Bud said he didn't want to fight him, then I don't think Ugas should fight him. I think Ugas should make his ass wait, make him wait longer. I'm gonna make you wait because you said you didn't want to fight me. But then again, if there's money in it, if there's a lot of money in it, then go get that bread. Go get that damn money. Shit, put me and Sir on the undercard. Shit, y'all can't find no good fights. We tired of seeing fights that ain't no good. That's it. But Ugas either Spence or Bud. It sounds good, but I gotta eliminate Bud for right now until Bud. Bud, if he didn't say that shit, not Bud. If Bud said that shit, no. He don't get the fight if he said the shit. If he didn't say it, he gets the fight. If he did say it, make his ass wait. You say Ugas, you yell, you say Ugas will lose again. You say or not for the bug. You said you said you said I guess you mean that for Bud that if he wants to fight Bud, to call Bud out because Bud is a champ, and you got the time after that. So I guess what you're saying is that Ugas in time once he fights Bud, he gonna lose. I'm not gonna count nobody out. These fighters have to show me. I have to see up until the last day. I have to know information about you. Because I wonder if I start getting the same kind of messages. If I start getting messages that somebody got knocked out, that you knocked out 10 sparring partners, the only person I believe that for is Tank Davis. I don't believe that with nobody else because they show the proof. They show the clips when Tank Davis is breaking 4 or 5 sparring partners' nose. They showing the proof. They're not hiding it. So if that's true, then you guys got to show it. Now he can, like I said, if Manny takes care of internally, he gets his body right, then he can still fight. I'm not gonna retire him. He is a little bit different than older fighters from the past, or some of the older fighters. He's a little bit different. But I don't know. Bernard Hopkins fought a long ass time before he finally lost. And he was looking impressive in his 40s. Yeah, B-Hop was looking pretty impressive in his 40s. I don't think Pacquiao has looked as impressive. I didn't see no ones up there either. I guess we haven't had 5 fights that we wanted to see. Okay, so the next question is with B-Hop. B-Hop in his 40s in his wins versus Manny in his 40s in his wins. Who was more impressive in their 40s? As far as winning, B-Hop or Manny Pacquiao? Don't make me play the music on y'all. Dun 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 dun. Y'all listen to Eagle and come up with the answer. Come on, Sir Flame. What's your answer, brother? I know you got to be in here. I know Sir Flame got to be here because he don't want no trouble. He already got those things up at D-Ray. Hey, D-Ray, Sir Flame won it. Sir Flame got them things up at D-Ray like, yeah, she come get this. Yeah. Which one? Oh, you say Mr. Gary Russell Jr. You said, who Mr. Gary Russell Jr. fighting now? He PBC. And no Tank. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is going to fight whoever they put against him at like 126. Something like that. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is not going to fight certain fighters. No matter what the hype is. But right now, as we speak, and no matter how much we speak, there are no active fighters that are boxing, but there are active fighters that are sparring. Some of them, not all of them. Sir Flame said bananas have good potassium. They have some. Yams have more yams than potatoes, yeah. I think potatoes, yams. Get that potassium. Yeah, he need that potassium. He can't eat like the youngsters eat. When you drain yourself that much. Because science doesn't know that it's not really a thing of time. I'm not saying because you're older. What I'm saying is because of the wear and tear. You can get that shit when you're young. I used to get that shit when I was young, like real young. In my 20s, I used to get knocked off my feet. I'd be laying on the ground, like all kinds of like real bad cramps, because my electrolytes would go out of whack like easy, and that's because I did too many things. Just using weight, losing too much water, just losing way too much. My body will kick out electrolytes like nothing. Like, oh, you don't need these. Yes, I do need them. I need all that shit. I need to overdo it. So in other words, I need to overdo it on like the potassium. Well, you got to be careful with potassium, but magnesium and all the other ones, and sodium, you got to be careful with the sodium. That's why they monitor you when if they put you on potassium, they gotta watch you. You know what I mean? In the calcium. So calcium that's a good one too. So calcium, that's another good one. Yeah, you got to get those minerals in there, brother. Yeah. D-Ray said, I have time today. He says, blessings, family. What you mean by you have time? When you say blessings, it's like you leaving. But do you had time? Y'all answer my question, man. I'm still waiting on the answer. B Hop or Manny. I know I got to talking, but hey, I'm gonna be quiet now. In there for most impressive wins at 40, Manny or B Hop. This ain't a Manny jump, so stop it. I'm not jumping on Manny. Y'all stop. I gotta get out of here too. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go voice my frustration at a company. Yeah, I gotta do that. So, and that's important. I'm not gonna read your response until I'm waiting for y'all's answer. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Y'all mess with Eagle. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Y'all give me something. Everybody quiet as kept now. I don't want to say nothing. Ain't nobody hating on Manny. We like Manny and all that. Ain't nobody hating on Manny. Believe me, I'm not gonna be hating on Manny. But so I get tired of the fandom and shit like that. I get tired of everybody. I get tired of any fighter that people beef up too much. And a lot of people get mad at Earl, but everybody's not beefing up Earl like that. Because a lot of people, I think even D'Lo, 404, I think he picks Crawford over Earl Spence. I think he thinks that Crawford's it's a better matchup for Earl. He will beat Earl. I just don't see it. Because Earl hasn't shown that he can get hurt. Yeah, Bud showed that he can get hurt by a 130 pounder, right? And somebody that should never have hurt him. So, but Earl hasn't shown that. That's not the question. The question, one more time, is in their 40s. Who had the most significance or best wins? Who won more comfortable at 40? Manny or B Hop? My chat is so slow. Y'all slow. Y'all slow today, man. This Monday. I know y'all coming off a Sunday. I worked hard yesterday. And plus, I didn't even ask y'all. I didn't say y'all had to write a whole list or nothing like that. Because I can tell y'all something. I'm not going to tell you, give you my opinion. Yeah, but I'll just tell you, the B Hop he has some good ones. Yeah. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I'm just gonna go and say the B Hop. I'm gonna just say B Hop had the better wins. He was fighting bigger people too though, but that's not the point. And plus, you got to realize that B Hop he actually unified a title at 49 years old. Colbert versus Manny Pacquiao at 40. A great fight. I don't know. Colbert, I don't know if Colbert, he can't, he's not going to gain that weight. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao had the best career in my lifetime. Yeah, I read it again. 20 years. Yeah, Manny fighting a long ass time. But since y'all not going to answer the question, man, I'm going to let y'all get up out of here, man. I know y'all probably tired. Y'all sir won't even see him. Y'all sir he participates for 10 minutes now. Comes off. He comes in and says what he got to say, and then he gets up out of here. But anyway, let me go take care of my business. My shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all come back and see Eagles, man. Y'all know what it is. This is Monday, man. Shit. Nothing but blessings. Y'all know what it is. Okay. My bad, y'all. I still got it. I got to read this out though, because he made yeah, I stay on anyway, y'all. So I usually stay on. I just wanted to salute y'all first, though. I usually stay on for a second. I got to get out of here, but I usually stay on for a second. I thought you was gone, but anyway, y'all sir did come back. He said even though B Hop may have had a better run after 40, but it's way but it's the way Manny got that stage, in my opinion. He said, doubted we will ever see an 8 division champ in our lifetimes, if ever. Okay, with the whole 8 division thing. When you look at 8 division, look at opposition, and were all the titles, were they all the super belt titles, world titles? What you gotta look at the level of the titles and the level of opposition. Was it a thing of circumstance, how Manny got the belts, or was it, it had to be some kind of circumstance. A lot of times it's circumstance. Somebody can come back and get 10 divisions or something, 10 titles. You can do it. It's circumstance. If a fighter's smart enough, they can do it. But are you guys going to respect them the same way? Yeah. It's hard to mess with B Hop too, though. It's hard to mess with a lot of fighters. I'm not putting Manny away from anybody. Manny still has a lot to give to boxing. So we're not going to take away from that. Manny still had a lot to give to boxing. He gave a lot to boxing. And, yeah, we respect what he did. If I was talking about, like, after 40 and stuff, B-Hop did a lot after 40. He was beating people that we didn't think he was going to beat. I mean, and just think about it, he beat up this hard punching, what's it called, too? Kelly Pavlik. He beat him up. I'm like, wow. And Pavlik beat one of my favorite fighters, man, at the time. Beat up Taylor. I like Taylor. There's a lot of fighters that just they was not great and they wasn't elite. Pavlik was never great, never elite. There was just a lot of fighters, man, that came through. Like Chad. I used to like Chad Dawson. I used to like him a lot, man, but just didn't have it up here. Great fighter. Andre Ward put that exposure on him, is it? I mean, sometimes it's just some fighters, and then again, you got to always look at this too, though. Some fighters only want to fight on one division. They're not capable of moving up like that. And what makes a person capable to fight from like 135 on up to light heavyweight or something like that? Not Manny, but like we got Canelo now. Are you fighting light heavyweight for real? Really? Name a light heavyweight champion from the 80s that Canelo would have beat? Name one. I'm going to leave y'all with that. But anyway, Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao and all the crow biters, crow eaters. Y'all, they had to do it. Y'all had to do it today. But there's no problem with that. Yeah, because every once in a while we all got to eat crow, and we gotta grow like everybody else. If you're gonna grow older, then just grow older the way you should. But keep them electrolytes going, man. Make sure that your inside's good. You know what I mean? Eat good. Stop. Don't eat bad when you're getting older, man. Don't stop eating bad. I know it's hard because you're on the grind. You're so tired. You get home. That's why you're tired too, though. You know what I mean? Eat good. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. That's right, Manny for president.